Liyakasa, Associate Editor of CRM Magazine, and today we have Kris Duggan, who is Chief Strategy Officer of Badgeville, the behavior platform. Hi, Kris.
Good morning, Kelly.
Badgeville really bills itself as the behavior platform. For our audience who might not know what Badgeville does, can you describe what you guys do?
Sure, Kelly. We consider ourselves to be the leader in gamification, and we provide a software platform that allows any of our clients to add gamification capabilities and techniques to their experiences. And so that could be a customer-facing experience that they want to add gamification to drive deeper customer engagement and customer loyalty. Or it could be an employee-facing experience, like a Salesforce.com deployment, or an intranet or a collaboration software that they want to add gamification to really start to drive higher levels of employee engagement and employee productivity.
Sure, and Badgeville has some really cool deployments. Can you talk about possibly your NBC and Samsung deployments for
Sure.
both the B2B and B2C flavors?
Yeah, those are exciting deployments. So we started working with EMC last year. EMC is a $50 billion data storage company. They were using the Jive platform for their customer communities, and they had about 250,000 customers on this community platform. But they really wanted to start to drive new forms of engagement, really find ways to start to recognize those customers and encourage them to come back, encourage them to participate within Jive. And so utilizing Badgeville, they added our engagement capabilities on top of their Jive system and created a whole rank and reputation system for their customers, which actually had a tremendous response from their community. They noticed that customers engaged more, and in fact they saw the number of activities that happened per week across that platform increased by 40%.
Wow.
And it makes sense, right? If you recognize people, if you guide them into kind of what you'd like them to do next, if you reward them for their participation, even if the rewards are purely virtual, meaning things like status and reputation, people are going to engage more deeply.
You've done some work with Samsung as well. Can you discuss your deployment with them?
A great brand, great technology company, hugely innovative, but they don't really typically have an end user relationship with their customers, right? They sell through, retailers like Best Buy and others. And so what they wanted to do was how do we start to build and foster a relationship with our customers, and knowing that there's a whole number of advocates out there and people that really are, have high affinity for the brand and their products, but no way to maybe express that. And so they built something called Samsung Nation, and they use the Badgeville platform to do that. And it's on Samsung.com today. If you go on Samsung.com, you can click on Samsung Nation. You get rewarded for doing things like registering your products, writing product reviews, purchasing more products through Samsung.com. And it's really become this kind of very lightweight but powerful social loyalty layer for the site and for the company. And if you go on there, you'll see people on the leaderboards, and they're earning achievements and completing missions. They've made it a very fun experience. And there's people there with tens of thousands of points, having spent lots of time and developing expertise and reviewing products, and they feel like they've really been able to create a strong relationship with their customers.
You guys have some integrations with all the major CRM, Salesforce.com and Sugar CRM, but you're also starting to see Salesforce.com with Work.com add some gamification elements to their own platform. Do you think that's like a boon, or is that a challenge for you guys?
I think that's great for us. Salesforce is clearly the dominant CRM provider. We feel that there are huge opportunities to be had around adding deeper engagement and gamification capabilities around Salesforce and other CRMs. I was reading a stat recently that said up to 50% of CRM deployments don't deliver on their promises because of inability to get people to use the system, being compliant around usage, getting inputting data, and just actually taking advantage of the investment that companies are making. We have an app for Salesforce that we call the Big Game Hunter, and you actually at the beginning of the quarter you start off, I believe it's as a chicken hunter, and nobody wants to be a chicken hunter for too long. So if you start getting your leads converted and your opportunities working in the system, you actually make your way up to whale hunter. And so, this doesn't replace the need to go out there and talk to customers and close deals, but what it does do is it kind of facilitates and encourages people to actually use the CRM investment. We saw so much success with that we ended up investing in SDKs for the Force.com platform. So now if you're building applications on Force.com, you can also add Badgeville's gamification capabilities directly into those applications.
Unbeknownst to some, Kris is actually a new author as well.
That's right, yes.
He's starting to get some autographs. Kris recently wrote Business Gamification for Dummies. What are some key takeaways we can expect from your book?
I feel like there's still a lot of education that has to happen in the market. Gamification is getting a lot of press and a lot of coverage, and we're very excited to be, at the forefront of that, and evangelize this, kind of category of software. I think the challenge is that, some people still don't know how to pronounce it. I've heard gamification, and and they think it's just games, creating games, which it isn't. They think that it's just about competition, and just creating competitions on everything.
Some people think it's Foursquare.
Foursquare,
check-ins.
Or just badges, and our name doesn't maybe help in that regard. But I think that there's a lot of maybe preconceived notions of what it is. And I meet with business leaders all the time that'll say things like, we don't want our employees, having too much fun. They're here to work, right? And and so the reason I wrote the book is, I wanted to kind of start to kind of, explain, how this really kind of taps into the human psyche, what the kind of the behavioral psychology around what we're trying to do, and what truly motivates human behavior. And it is things like, do I feel like I'm learning? Do I feel like I'm making progress at my job? Do I feel like I'm winning or feeling successful? Do I feel like I'm getting enough recognition and praise? And so, those kind of human motivators can be applied to many different types of software experiences, customer, employee, partner facing. And so, the book is really about giving examples about how to do that in a very kind of practical way. The best thing to do is just show people how it actually works. Here's what the customer A did, here's the techniques they used, and here's the results they generated. And so the book tries to kind of deliver that to the audience.
Great. And where can we get a copy of your book?
On Amazon.com.
Really? Okay. Bestseller soon, huh?
Hopefully.
All right. Here we have Kris Duggan, who's Chief Strategy Officer of Badgeville. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Kelly.